Real people, real stories, real conversations. This is Everything Entrepreneurial, a podcast dedicated to entrepreneurship. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this is a place for you to learn from the experts, hear inspiring stories, and gain valuable insights to help you on your business go to the next level. What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new season of Everything Entrepreneurial with me, Curtis Harley, and today I'm interviewing Fearghal Snowden, who is co-founder of InDigital. So, Fearghal, what's the story?
Thanks, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Rare occasion to see you. Tech problems.
So, Siri, what? Siri, piss off. I have one as well, and she hasn't gone off the whole time. But yeah, nice to have you here. And anyway, so would you like to give us a little bit of a background into obviously the experience that you have and what brought you into starting an agency with myself?
Yeah, I guess business for me starts back in school. Wasn't the biggest fan of school. Didn't really go. Went here and there. Was late often, but kind of swapped for me in fourth year. Obviously, a lot of schools don't have it anymore, but in transition year, we got a chance to do a business project. So it was supposed to be fake. It was supposed to set it up, but the teacher, in fairness to her, went kind of above and beyond and would actually, if the ideas were decent, would kind of help us set it up. So for me, that was buying phone parts and accessories and that type of stuff, chargers and whatever, and selling them in school. And that kind of like set off a spark. I was like, oh, I could learn to do this. It was the first thing that I was like, oh, it's kind of practical.
Yeah.
Everything else in school is pretty like learn the book, write the exam. Kind of went like that. Then obviously I had to deal with the leaving cert about 2 years later. That wasn't the best achievement going. So thankfully I got a chance to do a level 6 in the IT then. Done business management there for 2 years. Great college, really, really decent. Then went on to do marketing. I just kind of figured out that that's kind of what I was interested in. During college, I got a chance to work with an electrical engineering company, a friend of my dad's. He was kind of just a general electrician, wasn't sure what was going on, and gave me a chance to kind of try run the business. Weird experience, but it meant whatever I was learning in college, I could bring and apply it kind of the next day, or learn something in college. Like, oh, that's great, cool. Let's see, can we do this? A lot of it doesn't apply to an electrical engineering company, but I tried. So yeah, I done that for a couple of years, and then decided I wanted to kind of knuckle down on digital marketing. So went and done a master's in Trinity in digital marketing. Went from there looking to agencies in Dublin, which there's not all that many of, and usually want 4 or 5 years experience. So you try and tweak that experience to run an electrical engineering company. Most of them didn't buy it. But I did get a chance from a guy, Aidan, who was running Far From Avocados. Done about 6 months there with him. It was a great opportunity, and from there I got a chance to interview in the company Huskies. They'd be a big agency here in Dublin. I got to join their performance team, spent about 1.5 years doing that. But there was this kind of scratch in the back of the mind of like, oh, I'd love to get back to doing my own thing, because while the electrical engineering company wasn't mine, I was kind of left to do my own thing, and I was like, this is great. Like, there's a lot of, it gets harder as companies get bigger to move and do the things that you want to do. And I think I was like kind of stuck in this point where I was like, the work sometimes feels, especially in a big agency, feels distant. So I was kind of like, I want to be doing something that, as people always say, I want to do something that matters. But for me, it was more, I want to see what I'm doing, what happens.
Like the impact to small businesses that you work with now, for example, you can see it transforming their business. You know, you wanted that kind of experience.
And that, like at the electrical company, I could see that, because like day to day I'd see the new sales come in or whatnot. Then move to a big agency, you kind of lose that, because there's obviously 4 or 5 people between you and the client. You don't necessarily see what you do from a day-to-day change something for the client. So that was kind of itching there for a while. And then I met you, and you're on the opposite end of the agency world, working with a lot of the small businesses, where you do get to see that big change. And like literally everything you do for them can be either survival of their business, it growing, it could be them hiring someone new. It just goes so much further. And then we also got the chance to have a chat through that. Thought we were both a bit mad. Yeah. And decided to do this together.
Yeah, so we decided to kick it off July 2022, I think. We shook hands. We were like, look, we've gotten to know each other now for over a year or so. Let's commit to that. So then we worked together. Then we started. We were quite lucky enough, I suppose, that I had a client base there that so there was monthly recurring revenue coming in. It was a better transition than had we have started off from scratch. And it's just been really exciting to kind of get rid of the agency that I had, which was Curtis Harley's digital agency, and to move into something totally different with someone else, you know. And now that is InDigital. It's been absolutely fantastic the past couple of months working with you. I know you had your work off period with Huskies, but now you're full time with us. It's absolutely brilliant, and we've seen tremendous growth so far. It's been really, really good. But then working on, you know, what does the company stand for? You know, what's our mission? What are our pillars? What's important to us? And we align very much on all of those things. So getting the opportunity to build a brand, or whatever you want to say, that represents that, it's been really exciting and really fun, you know. And that leads us to today. I had Everything Entrepreneurial. It's probably, you haven't ran it in probably about a year or so. It's just because I was busy with client work, but now we have the opportunity to relaunch that, sponsored by InDigital, and bringing in new businesses, helping them share their stories. It's fantastic. So I suppose where we could go with this is like, where do we see our agency going in the next 6 to 12 months? Like, what are we hoping to achieve? Or maybe what's our approach? What makes us different to another digital marketing agency that's out there?
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting experience. Like, I remember when we were starting first, we were like, right, okay, so you're doing all this work by yourself. So if I come on board, we're going to have twice as much time. We had these dreams of being able to like take it a bit easy on it or whatnot. And literally from day one, it's just been absolutely flat out. We've been very fortunate. We've met a lot of great businesses, some here in our co-working space in the Edge.
Yep.
It's great to just meet a lot of businesses there. You've been doing a lot of networking through the BNI, and there's just been so much going on. It's been so much busier than we expected.
Yeah.
So it's really dynamic. Like, it's really hard to see in 6 months or 12 months where we're going. The growth's been so much quicker than we thought, and we're really going to work with a lot of businesses that are really interesting to work with. And like, it's only been 3-4 months and we're already seeing the impact of working with them on so many projects that they have going on.
Yeah, exactly. And not only in relation to like the client work that we're doing, like you've brought your own network, I have my own network, and even getting the opportunity today. All this podcast, by the way, is done by Mark from Media Mill. He's here with us today. Getting Mark to collaborate on some of our client projects, you know, it's a real good synergy to bring that all into our business. So I think we're very lucky. Just in relation to your own network and maybe bringing some of your experience from bigger agency life, because I have no experience whatsoever. What do you think is good about a big agency before you kind of maybe jump ship, or maybe you go to like a solo company to do that marketing?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like in from say the employee perspective, like when you work there, you're like in Huskies there was over 50 people. All of them have a different background. They're a creative agency, so you've got like graphic designers, you've got copywriters, you've got art directors, a whole world that I'd never seen. Like I was very much data analytics, ads work, all that, and you're like, okay, so you can be very like analytical on that, which sometimes is a downfall because you're just always looking for an answer in something, and then you meet the creative department who, funny enough, in that agency actually sit on the other side of the building. And it's really inspirational sometimes to be like, numbers aren't just there. Like, they were able to just put that creative spin on things that was just really interesting to find, because so you're trained a certain way, you learn certain things, and they have a completely different spin on it. And that's really helped me go from being, say, very number analytical driven, which is still the key thing that we do. We try and make sure that everything's measured, that people understand what's going on for them. A lot of marketing can be fluffy. And it can be marketing for the sake of marketing, and it doesn't necessarily have a goal in mind. So you can bring that logical approach to it, but you do need that creative kind of sprinkle to it. You know, it does need to be marketing storytelling. You know, and sometimes we forget that. We get too deep in the data. What did Facebook do? What did Google do? Once you're telling the story and the right people are seeing it, it can be that simple. Over the last couple of years, people have got crazily overly complicated with it. And there's all these funnels and twists and that and that. And that's left a lot of small businesses confused. And they're like, what is going on? We've been with 3 agencies. We don't get it. So I think what we try to do is bring people along and educate them. Try keep it simple with them. While the work is complicated, the approach needs to be simple, because they need to be able to do it as well. That's it. And total transparency with our clients. Like, we have
we've built upon a philosophy, the way we approach all of our work. It's the first thing that we look at is we're looking at their website, their measurements. From there, we'll have a look at their Google search of where are they ranking organically. We'll look at that. Then it's onto their social, and it's all about these phases and roadmap that we come along, but we educate the client along the way. And it's important that we do have all that measuring in place, because all the advertising work that we do, it's all reported, recorded and measured, so people know exactly what they're spending and what they're getting back. But we don't shy away from the fact that it's the creative side of marketing that actually gets that end user's attention, that actually makes the ads, applicable to them. Then they obviously engage in the business, whether that's a lead gen form on Facebook or going to their website, so it is about a blend. But I feel like our approach it's different for every business that we work with. Some might need more search than they do social, it might be the other way around, but fundamentally we take generally the same approach.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And the feedback we've been getting from clients is that they've been getting more value out of it. So like we generally lean in to kind of capturing, like people do this funnel thing where it's awareness first and then like action and all so at the end. But what we kind of realize for small businesses, some of that stuff takes 6 months, 12 months. And it's a long buy-in for them. And they're looking like a lot of them, if there's a bad month, that's difficult for them. It's difficult for their family. It's difficult for their employees. So a lot of the approach that we've tried to take with them is there is lower funnels, like people are searching for some of their stuff. People get carried away. They get into organic social for 6 months and they put all these posts out and they're like, I don't know if it's done anything. I don't know where the business is going and so on. And it's amazing the conversations we have to people. Do you know people are actually searching for your business? People are looking for it now and the return they get is so much quicker. That's not to dismiss things like organic social and SEO that do take 6-12 months. They're a well-worth investment. For sure. A lot of these clients have had a bad experience with an agency before who have sold them the dream, have reported on nothing and take no kind of responsibility for it. The industry in general has great agencies and most of the people in it are in it for the right reasons. They're there to help people grow their business. But sometimes that's a little bit slow for people. And so we do try and make sure that that return is there quicker for people.
Yeah. And in your opinion, like, not to put every agency on blast or anything, but even to hold ourselves accountable, like, what should a client be looking for from their agency?
Yeah, there's definitely a dynamic where clients can be afraid of their agency. They don't know how to hold them accountable. They don't know what to ask for. Most agencies are transparent and honest, but to keep your agency on their toes, us included, you should at least once a month be having an in-depth reporting call with them about whatever it is that you're doing. That's not just to go over the previous month, previous quarter, previous whatever the period you're looking at is. You get an insight what's going on there. It shouldn't just be numbers. It should be explaining to you what impressions and clicks and so on actually mean to your business. Like, great, a lot of people seen this, but what did it do? Yeah. That info isn't to grill your agency with, but it's to give you insight. If a month is down, it's not necessarily to say, to kind of hang them from the rafters and say, okay, everything's gone AWOL here. It's more to get an insight of that. Maybe there's seasonality to your industry. We have clients who 3 months of the year, there may be nothing. Yeah. And so it's to understand that and then to get that and use that time better. The other thing then is you get what you ask for. So if you come and you ask for a certain service, while an agency should try offer you more, there is an onus on you as well to keep your agency informed. If you're doing things that they don't know about, they're not there every day, while you're inclined to think that they're your marketing team, they're not in your business. And so they're not always as informed as you think. The best thing a client can do for us is to make sure we know absolutely everything they're doing. Yeah. It is not like you're not causing a problem by sending us an email and saying, this week, by the way, we're doing this, because you would be surprised how many times the agency you work with can help you do that better. Yeah. Can help you get more awareness of it, can help you promote it, or it just informs what they're up to. A lot of clients kind of forget to tell their agency what they're doing. Yeah. And at those monthly reports that we do with our clients, like from the client's point of view, it's fantastic where they get to share what's going on in their business. It's an opportunity to bounce ideas off us or for us to bounce ideas off them. It's like you really want to maximize the time you do engage with your agency because you are paying for the services. 100%. And if there's any way that your marketing agency
can add more value to your business every month. Like you're checking in.
Sweat them, like you're paying them to do their work, sweat them to do it. But the dynamic goes both ways.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. So what are we looking to do now in the next 6 to 12 months? Obviously, we have the podcast here today, and we're looking to get more business owners, entrepreneurs in, and we want to help share their story. But as far as the agency, what would we like to do and achieve together?
Yeah, like we're definitely looking at this year with the amount of work coming in, hiring some new staff, and I mean that's a bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, for sure.
Those first hires are difficult. We've got some advice from even guests that were here today, but it's picking those right people, you know. While the dream is probably for people to come in and care as much about the agencies as we do, that's difficult. But what we do want is to bring in people who are inspired to do the work.
Yeah.
It's to bring in people who, for the sake of our clients, will just make great work for them. Like, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. We just want our clients to have a great experience and for people to make great work.
Definitely, yeah. And then with the growth of the agency, we'll see our positions change. Like, so you're the digital performance director of InDigital, so all the digital campaigns and the running, the reporting is all being done by you. I'm the client service director, so I'll be looking after all of our clients. I'll be liaising with them, touching base, seeing how everything's going. So they're really getting the right people in the right places there. And as we grow and scale our agency now, as we have all our processes in place, it's just going to add more value to our clients, because there's going to be dedicated people in those roles fulfilling it, you know. So
I think definitely for people listening, that's an interesting one, is the shift in roles.
Yeah,
because people usually start a business, solo entrepreneur, and they're doing something day to day. And actually, what might be an interesting perspective is you were cracking on at this for 3 years by yourself.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to bring someone in? To the roles have changed while we're both still our own bosses. Yeah. There's an accountability to each other.
For sure, yeah. The last 3 years as I ran the agency, it was extremely difficult. Like, I'm very aware of my skill set and what I can do and achieve. But having you on board, I think I found the right partner first and foremost. Both of us we done our due diligence, you know, we figured each other out. But I really think that having the right partner, you have a skill set that I may be lacking certain areas. So we're a great team, and we really aligned on our overall vision and goal. You know, you're very entrepreneurial yourself. I am also. So what that brings in the future, if it's another venture together, whatever it is, I'm very excited about that. So yeah, it was tough starting the agency and doing that for 3 years, but I think it was the right time to evolve and share the workloads with someone who was also as ambitious as myself. So it's been really, really good. What about yourself? You probably dread coming in.
only on days ending in Y, yeah. No, it's definitely been amazing. It's a strange dynamic because there is no boss. You know, it's a weird. Well, most people come from a job where someone says what to do. In our case, we have to kind of ask politely and then ask 10 times after that. But it's definitely an interesting dynamic, and seeing where the roles shift. Like, now, I don't know if you can tell, Curtis loves to talk a lot. So there's definitely a lean towards client services there. And it's interesting to just see how it shifts. Like, you got to spend more of your time now on things that you love doing that also help the business, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
You get to do your networking on a Friday. I get to hide in the corner and do reports. But it definitely works, and the dynamic is there, and it's good for clients. They definitely get the best of both.
So if you could pick 3 words to describe me, what would they be?
My new unborn baby.
My new unborn baby.
Oh,
that's
no. Told you I wasn't good at the numbers. Oh wait, I said I was.
Unborn baby, cool. That's good. I think for you, for sure, you're definitely one is robot. You're a robot. You're so analytical, like it's crazy. It's great, you know, that way. Obviously, that's your strength. But seeing someone so analytical, it's very impressive. Just everything that you do and you look after in the business, like operations and stuff. You're a whiz kid when
robot's one word.
Like that. Huh?
Robot's only one word.
I know. Yeah. Operations, analytical. What else? Double espresso, maybe that's good as well. So why did we want to relaunch this whole podcast?
Yeah, I guess the question goes back to you first, or why you were doing it, and as you've indicated, it's just that you find those stories in.
I used to talk to me family, Emma as well, my partner, about entrepreneurship, and they're all sick to death of me talking about business and stuff. And I was like, well, do you know what? I'm actually going to start talking to other people. And I thought, it was like, well, actually, I could talk to other people about their business, and I could find out what they learned along their journey, and I can take that knowledge and apply it without actually getting the burn of failure. So that was really good starting off, and it helped with my network as well, meeting new people. It's always good to meet new people. You never know if you need a hand in a certain area. And then with the relaunch, I think it's continuing that. It's helping other people share their stories, promoting them in any way that we can. I just think it's a good thing to be part of.
I totally agree. Like, definitely, you've done it before. You've done it at some strange places. You didn't interview a few people in his car with steamy windows. It could have went a bit strange there.
Shout out David.
But the opportunity to kick it off, like there's the risk where you do this type of stuff and you're in an office all day, where you can forget what's going on. And I think for the two of us, we get so excited when a client tells us a story of how their business started, what they're doing this year. And it's just so exciting for us to do that with a wider audience of entrepreneurs, some of which are a client if anybody would like to get in touch. But it's just inspirational to listen to them. And they all come from so many different backgrounds. Yeah. But it's incredible to hear how common the kind of challenges that they have are. Like, there's definitely a playbook to starting a business.
Yeah, for sure. There definitely is. I think that wraps up our first episode back with everything entrepreneurial. Thanks for sitting in with us. I really appreciate it. We have some great guests coming on this season, which the next episode will be out next week. So look forward to sharing that with you all. Good man.
Job done.
Boom.